Good evening, English speakers. How you doing? I am so excited about this video because this is actually a follow-up video to my last post, which was titled Grammar is Stupid. That's right, I said grammar is stupid. So in English, there are two types of sentences. And well, not just in English, there are two types of sentences in every language. There are statements, which usually end with a full stop, and there are questions, which end with a question mark. And today we're going to talk about this thing that's like a hybrid sentence. It's a hybrid between a statement and a question. And before we get into what it is and what it's called and all of that boring stuff, let's talk about why and when we would use this type of a hybrid sentence. So we use statements to make statements, and we use questions to ask for information when we aren't sure about something or when we don't know something. But the thing is that in real world conversation, in real world communication, our thoughts and the messages that we want to communicate don't clearly fit in just those two categories. There are going to be times where you're, kind of thinking about something, but you're not 100% sure. But you just want to check. You want to check that the other person agrees with you, or you want to just check if you're correct in what you're thinking, or if your suspicions are correct. Consider this example. Let's say I ask you the question, do you like basketball? That's a closed question. It's a simple yes or no question. And I would ask you that if I had no idea whatsoever. I don't know if you like basketball. I don't know if you hate basketball. I have no idea. So I'm asking you to give me that information. But let's say somebody else said to me that so-and-so likes basketball, and I'm not sure if what they said is accurate. I want to check that with you. I want to check if what they said is right. I want to check if what I think is right. I want to know if you agree with what I'm saying. So instead of saying, do you like basketball? What I would probably say is something like, you like basketball, right? Notice what I did there. I used a statement, but I modified it a little bit. It's actually a question, but it sounds like a statement. So it goes, you like basketball. That's the statement part. But I'm not telling you that you like basketball. Instead, I want to know if this is true. I want to ask you about this. So I would add this one word at the end, right? And I'm using that upward inflection, so it's a question. And if you're writing it, you write it with a question mark at the end. You like basketball, right? And now, by just adding that one word at the end, it becomes what is called a tag question. It's a statement which has a question tagged onto the end, which is why it's called a tag question. You probably have something very similar to this in your native language, and you probably use it all the time. So how do we answer this tag question? Well, it's very similar to how we would answer the question, do you like basketball? If it's yes, you would answer with, yes, I do like basketball, or yes, you're right. If it's no, you would just say, actually, no, I don't like basketball. Why do you ask? So at this point, it's not difficult, right? I just asked you a tag question right then, and you're probably thinking, no, it's not difficult. I can do that. So you can use tag questions not just for affirmative statements, but you can use them for negative statements like I just did in that example. It's not difficult, right? Now, you're probably a little bit confused at this point as to how you would answer this negative tag question, or this negative statement with a positive tag question on the end. All right, so let's go through it. If you were to answer yes, it could mean, yes, it is difficult. Or it could mean, yes, you're right, it's not difficult. And similarly, when you answer with just a no, it could mean, no, it's not difficult. Or it could mean, no, you're wrong, meaning you're not right. No, you're not right. Actually, it is difficult. So notice that just saying yes or just saying no doesn't answer the question clearly. If you're cracking your head over the grammar, then let me make it easy for you. Saying yes and saying no for either of your answers, whether you agree or disagree, they're all grammatically correct, right? And by me saying that doesn't help you in any way. It doesn't make you a better communicator, because you're now still stuck as to what you should say if somebody asks you this question. So instead, let me give you another way of looking at it. Think about what you could say to most clearly communicate what you're thinking. Clearly communicate whether you agree or disagree with the question or the statement. So when I say it's not difficult, do you agree that it's not difficult? Okay, then let me give you an example as to how you can respond to this. It's not difficult, right? Your answer? No, it's not difficult. Or, yeah, you're right. What about if you disagree? The question, it's not difficult, right? Your answer? Actually, it is difficult. Or, no, it is difficult. With all of these example responses I gave you, notice that there's only one thing in common, and that's this. I didn't just say yes or no and end it there. I gave a little bit of extra information to make it completely clear as to whether I agreed or disagreed with the statement. And that's what you need to do. The goal, the focus, is always communicating clearly. And grammar is just a tool for you to be able to do that. And the moment we lose sight of that, the moment we make grammar itself the goal rather than communication, that's when grammar becomes stupid. Now, there are a number of other types of tag questions that I'm not going to discuss in this video, but I'm actually planning on making a series on tag questions. And I'm also going to talk about what I like to call question in question type sentences. I assure you, you do not want to miss any of those upcoming videos. So make sure you turn on notifications on my page. As soon as I post a new video, your phone will let you know. It'll beep or buzz or do whatever it normally does when you get a notification. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll talk to you soon.